Marcus Rashford is one of the best players in the world at the moment, and his life both on and off the field has never been better. But things haven't always been easy for the 25-year-old. He grew up in tight conditions in the suburbs of Manchester. That made it difficult to succeed for the generous striker. How did he manage to get where he is today, given his limited opportunities? He has since played a big role at Manchester United, and not least for the less fortunate in England. The striker is a superstar with a heart of gold. So what's so special about his road to success? This is the untold story of Marcus Rashford, the goal machine with a big heart. The difficult road to success. Marcus Rashford was born in tight conditions in Manchester in 1997. He grew up with 4 siblings and a single mother in Fallowfield, Withington and Wythenshawe, 3 small communities in Greater Manchester. His mother, Melanie Maynard, had to work multiple jobs to feed the family, and sometimes she couldn't eat herself, but rather gave it to her children. His father, Robert Rashford, left the family after a few years, but Marcus has contact with him today. This is where his interest sparked for the huge amount of famine and poverty in the English society. In his later years, he's well known for being a campaigner against racism, homelessness, and child hunger in the United Kingdom. Rashford has received widespread praise for his campaigns for the less fortunate, and his passion for it comes from a difficult but good childhood. In the fall of 2021, the winger received an MBE for his good work for vulnerable kids in the country. The title represents recognition from the British Empire for exceptional contributions to the country. My story to get here is all too familiar in England. My mum worked full-time, earning minimum wage, and she always came through for us. But it was not enough. The system was not built for families like mine to succeed. Back in the footballing world, he grew up in a family divided by Manchester City and Manchester United supporters. At the age of 7, he chose United, with City, Everton, and Liverpool all interested in him. He was playing as a keeper for the local team Fletcher Ross Rangers at the time, and his idol was none other than Tim Howard. Rashford was a big talent, but the now 25-year-old had trouble getting to training because of his mom and brothers working hard to put food on the table. It was then that the youth coaches at United helped him and drove him to practice. Started at the bottom. At the age of 11, he was the youngest ever to participate in the Schoolboy Scholars, a cage football team. He played with the likes of Pogba, Lingard, and Ravel Morrison at the time. Despite being younger, the teenager continued to impress and was handed an opportunity to train with David Moyes and the first team in 2013. He later played an important role for both the U18 team and U19 team as a captain, before making his debut in 2016 at 17 years old. He was handed a start against Midtjylland and thanked for the opportunity by scoring 2 goals versus the Danes. The Premier League debut came 3 days later, with Rashford scoring 2 goals and assisting at Old Trafford against Arsenal. The winger ended up with 5 goals and 2 assists that season and was on the verge of breaking into the lineup. In his first whole season in the first team, he played a big part in winning both the Europa League title and League Cup title with the club. But no trophies have since come to Old Trafford. The team struggled under the likes of Louis van Gaal, José Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for many years, despite Rashford having several good seasons. Manchester United were having a rough time on the pitch, buying players who didn't fit the team and owners who couldn't care less about the club. Rashford, on the other hand, had a few good moments during this time. The winger was handed the number 10 kit and came 3rd in the Golden Boy Award, behind Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembélé. He also scored some important goals for the club versus Liverpool in a 2-1 victory, and the penalty goal to send United through in the Champions League against PSG. Despite the team's struggles, Rashford delivered on the pitch until it all fell down at the start of the 2021-2022 season. It would take some time before the winger was back to his best. One of the best. Rashford and the team struggled massively through the season. The manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fired and replaced by Ralf Rangnick, but that didn't help the team. Manchester United ended up in 8th place, and Rashford had trouble with bad form and injuries from start to finish. Fortunately for him and the team, everything was about to change. The arrival of Ten Hag at Old Trafford has become an important turn for the 25-year-old. The Dutchman came from Ajax in the summer, and as of now, the team is en route to their first trophy in 6 years, and a Champions League spot in the league. Marcus Rashford's played one of the main roles in the manager's team. He has scored 18 goals and contributed 8 assists as we speak for the Red Devils, and the team is ready for the League Cup final in February. The Old Trafford crowd's back believing in the team, and some people have called Rashford the best player in the world after the World Cup in 2022. Can Rashford and Manchester United take a trophy this year? Is it possible for the down-to-earth winger to reach the absolute top of the footballing world? Time will tell for the generous and respected player from the suburbs of Manchester. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure to follow and subscribe for future videos from Untold Football. Do you have any ideas for an untold or interesting story in the footballing world? Please leave a comment after the video. We are here for the Untold Football Stories.